Shalom to the elect of Israel. I'm Isaiah. Gotta give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rekah, Korash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders, a great millstone who rule well, who teach well, and a sincere salutation to all the ark and pushing this truth throughout the four winds of the earth, waking up the hopeful elect. Shalom to the Akbar who are listening and learning. Coming into another lesson of truth, facts, okay? Straight truth and facts, man. This is another Edomite, which they come out the woodwork, man, let you know about this truth. So it's another Edomite, let you know what's going on with the 5G and all this other information that we need to know. All this other information that we don't know, that we need to know. And it's coming from another Edomite. So with that, I'm going to start this.
All right, folks, this is Joe Briano, and once again, we're in a lot of trouble. You know, I don't know why people seem to think it's okay to let them get irradiated. I don't understand what's the matter with you people. Do you think these systems that they're putting up on these towers are there so you can watch Netflix and play video games on your phone while you're taking a dump? Do you not realize what is in store for people right now? Do you realize what they're doing with this stuff? Do you realize what this stuff does? These towers are weaponry. These systems are weaponized. I'm going to go over a couple things with you. I've gone over a lot of things in the past, but I'm going to keep hitting on this because it's not sinking in. Most people are in a trance. Most people are zombies. Most people are self-absorbed, myopic children, even though they're 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, even 80 years old. They just want to go and stare at the TV and cuddle up with their little blankie and stay on their merry-go-round and microwave their Hot Pockets. Folks, we are being herded into the compact cities, and they're putting the towers in. Now they're going to be putting in the microcells instead of these huge towers that are already in place, with power generating systems the size of shipping containers next to them, with cables 4 and 5 inches in diameter capable of handling hundreds of thousands of volts, what, for 5 watts of power? Are you freaking kidding me? Okay. What's coming is a kill grid. Make no bones about it. These people, tell your kids we're overpopulated. These people that run things like Mr. Gates, Prince Philip, Mr. Rockefeller, the Rothschilds, all these people talk about how to reduce the population to 95% down from what it is right now.
And that's what they're trying to do, man. It says the world is overpopulated. So they're trying to keep it under 500 million people, man. Okay? From over 7 billion people. They're trying to depopulate. That's their agenda, man. To get rid of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. Okay, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. They're trying to get rid of us.
We're in the midst of a silent war. They're not going to fire a shot, folks. They're going to cook you. And they're going to do it with invisible radio frequency emissions that you're addicted to and in love with, because your junk works no matter where you go. You got to have your texts. You got to have your emails. You got to check your Facebook. Look, I know. I'm a salesman. I'm on the road. I'm in the field. I'm in the office. I need to be in touch with people. People need to be in touch with me. I'm a researcher. I'm an activist. I need to be in touch with people. People need to be in touch with me. But at what cost? Now, the frequencies that they're deploying are weaponized frequencies. And I'm going to explain this to you. Right now, the Wi-Fi in your house is 2.4 gigahertz. That's the frequency that stuff broadcasts on. Now, you can't open up a radio station without an FCC license. You've got to have a license to broadcast, and you've got to be given access to certain frequencies to broadcast on. That's called spectrum. They allot certain spectrum to certain companies, and if you haven't figured it out, your parents and your grandparents were watching the idiot box on the spectrum that was opened up 80 years ago and the radio stations and the TV stations are controlled by 5 companies. Now they're probably controlled by 3 or 2. They have been feeding you lies for decades and decades and decades. You can't broadcast unless the FCC gives you a license. Now what they've done is the most harmful frequencies imaginable. You know, the 2.4 gigahertz, that happens to be the frequency that the water molecules start to rotate on their axis when they're hit with the radio frequency emissions at that particular frequency. Why are they messing with the water molecules? Well, we're 70% water, and they know what this stuff does. So what the FCC did is they opened up that frequency band, that part of the spectrum, to everybody. You don't need a license to broadcast on it. And you know what that did? That virtually ensures complete proliferation and saturation of radio frequency emissions in that part of the spectrum. In other words, they want to bathe you in the frequency that messes with the water molecules. Is that a good idea? That's not a good idea. Maybe you're not aware of this. So they got you addicted to Wi-Fi and your gadgets. They're doubling down now because they're coming out with a new frequency. Because they claim you can't get enough of your Netflix and enough of your stupid movies or whatever you have to check, that these frequencies are getting congested. There's too much traffic. It's a bunch of freaking hogwash, folks. Everything works just fine right now. The systems that are in place with these towers is so overkill, it's not even funny. They could run 100,000 times more devices than they're using right now. They got you addicted to these devices. Now they're going to bring a new technology out. This really scares me to go into this because this is the end. They've opened up, the FCC's opened up the millimeter wave band, and they're going to be broadcasting on 60 gigahertz, folks. Wi-Fi right now is using the frequency of water molecules. Their rotation on their axis begins at 2.4 gigahertz. In other words, that's the spot on the spectrum of the trillions of frequencies. That's the spot on the spectrum where the maximum dielectric loss of water begins. That's a fancy term for when they start rotating, trying to line up to keep pace with the alternating field, electromagnetic field. So it causes water molecules to vibrate on their axis. Well, they're going to use 60 gigahertz for the new 5G and the new Wi-Fi. It's called WiGig. Okay? You need to understand something. This stuff is wicked because 60 gigahertz is the oxygen molecule absorption spectrum. I repeat that. This is the frequency that the oxygen molecules start reacting to. So they're using Wi-Fi to mess with the water. They're going to use WiGig and 5G to mess with the oxygen. Now this crap doesn't travel far, so they got to put it really close together. They're going to put these little transmitters all over the light poles, telephone poles, light poles, public buildings, and you've got to put it in your house because the crap's not going to work. And I keep saying crap because this is crap. It's a weapon. And they're going to get you to go to Costco and bring it home in big boxes, and you're going to put it all over your house because you're stupid and you're not listening to me. You need to understand something. You need to stop killing yourselves, okay? That's what these people have managed to get you to do. They have managed to get you to kill yourselves and enjoy it. And kill your children and pay for it. WiGig, 5G, 60 gigahertz. Get that through your skulls. You don't mess with oxygen molecules. Oxygen is in the air. We breathe it. It comes from the trees. Trees make it out of carbon dioxide. I think we've all been taught this. It's 2 oxygen molecules, and they share electrons. When you hit oxygen molecules with 60 gigahertz millimeter wave emissions, it affects the orbital properties of the electrons of the oxygen molecules. Now, why is that important? How is oxygen absorbed into your body? Well, it's pretty complicated and it's miraculous what God has done, how He's created our bodies and He's created these mechanisms, and He created a molecule called hemoglobin, and it binds to the iron. You know that iron is magnetic. Have you ever heard of the word magnetobiology? If any of you out there are physicians or doctors or physicists or biochemists or any type of researchers, I bet you've never heard of that field of study. I have a bachelor's degree in chemistry and I have a bachelor's degree in biological science. And when I went to UCI for 5 years, none of the curriculum included anything remotely close to the interactions of electromagnetic fields with living tissue. They don't want you to know about how this works because this is a secret stealth weapon that they're touting as the neatest things in sliced bread. It is right now making up the majority of the economy. And if this technology was to be exposed for what it truly is, it would collapse the economy. They've got everything intertwined in this. The pension funds are infested with investments in these companies. They're rolling this out so fast, and they're passing laws at the federal and the state and the local levels to where you can't say no to this crap. And they built this whole infrastructure's legal ability to exist on research that was done in the 1980s, and it was passed in 1996 by that dirtbag Bill Clinton. Yes, Bill Clinton signed the Telecom Act. He is the one that put the death knell to humanity, okay? He's the one. They're using 30-year-old research that was rigged from the get-go, and now they're rolling out technology that they've never even publicly released the testing on. They know what this stuff does. That's why they're doing it. They know what this stuff is capable of. That's why they're rolling it out. And they used a framework from 30-year-old rigged research 22 years ago to get this thing put in. So where the companies that have access to public right-of-ways only have to pay a small amount of money because the city has to give them access. And any tower under 150 feet, no one's regulating the emissions. No one's checking the power levels. No one's babysitting these weapons, folks. You're going to bring this crap in your house. They're going to put this stuff outside your house, and it's going to affect the oxygen molecules. Here's what they're going to do. When you start affecting the oxygen molecules' ability to bind to the hemoglobin in your blood, you can't transport the oxygen into your tissues. Okay? It does other things to your body that I'm not going to go into right now. I'll briefly touch on it right now. Actually, I'll tell you real briefly. It also affects your ability to produce vitamin D. It affects your body's ability to produce vitamin D. 60 gigahertz is a weapon. It affects the oxygen molecules, and it affects your skin's ability to produce vitamin D. Your skin produces vitamin D when sunlight hits your skin. It produces a reaction in your skin whereby your body begins to manufacture vitamin D. It also, the same thing happens when the sunlight goes through your eyes. Okay? That's why they got you wearing sunglasses and contacts, so they got you blocking all the sun. They don't want you in the sun, folks. They want you deficient. I don't want to get off track here. The bottom line is this stuff is a weapon. You need to wake up, and you need to understand that it doesn't travel far. Trees block it. The low-E film on your windows blocks it. Mylar film blocks it. Metal screens blocks it. You can buy paint that blocks it. Don't bring this crap into your house. Because if you have this stuff in your house, it's a slow kill, folks. Because what's going to happen is you're not going to be able to have the oxygen levels in your blood that your body needs to survive. You're not going to die immediately from this stuff. It's just going to cause all kinds of weird health problems. And guess what they're going to do? It's going to create symptoms, because I know for a fact what this stuff does. There are 2 locations in the United States where this was rolled out in schools. And it produced paralysis, arrhythmia, neurological problems, problems with tingling in the extremities, people passing out, people having fatigue, malaise, all these bizarre ailments. I guarantee you, folks, when they roll this stuff out, they're going to turn it on in such a way that it's going to seem like polio came back. And you know what they got ready for you? A vaccine. What do we hear about all the time on the news now? Vaccines, vaccines, vaccines. I'm in California, and guess what? You can't put your kids in one of these government mind control facilities unless you inject them with like 60 shots. Now, if you have any brains, you won't go for that. You'll find a way out of it, and you know how to do that. You can homeschool your kids, or you can get a medical exemption. You got to do what you got to do to protect your children. Now, they are going to roll out a microwave weaponry system that is going to induce symptoms that people are going to think are a new type of virulent strain of polio or some sort of neuroinvasive encephalitis or some sort of paralytic disease that they're going to blame on some newly discovered strain of something, and they're going to have a shot ready for you. And they're going to make it mandatory. Mark my words, that's the plan here. Aside from the fact that this stuff's going to make you sick and it's going to screw everybody up, it's going to make a lot of people very wealthy. And it's going to concentrate power because a sick, weak-minded populace becomes servile and slaves really quick. There's a big push to get everybody into the compact cities. There's a big push to build high-density housing. There's a big push to go 10 stories, put Wi-Fi routers everywhere, have free Wi-Fi everywhere, have all these things in place, folks. They're putting chemicals in the water. You got to filter your water if you're going to drink it. You got to grow your own food. You can't eat this stuff in the store. You don't know what's in it. Now they got these weapons that they've put into the classrooms. They put into the schools. They've put them into the buses, the trains, the planes. The cars got Wi-Fi in them now. And now you go outside, you look at your phone, there's 50 networks when you're walking down the street. There's cell towers everywhere. And then now they put these LED lights in, so it's white light at night, so you can't sleep. It's messing up your sleep cycle. Folks, wake the heck up. Okay? You're not going to hear this at church. You're not going to hear this at school. You're not going to hear it on TV. TV is a bunch of pornography and crazy movies. The churches are all sold out. They're not talking about nothing. They're just collecting your money and putting you to sleep. And the schools are making everybody stupid. So where are you going to hear this information? On the internet. And you better get with the program before they shut it all down. This is Joe Briano warning you to wake the hell up.
Hey, man. Like he just say, the church is rocking you to sleep, man. Okay, all they getting is your money, rocking you to sleep with Christianity, man. Okay, you ain't going to hear this nowhere, man. These are Edomites, man, who bring out the truth. Okay, and they bringing it out too, man. Okay, one Edomite after another. This is Psalm chapter 64 in verse 2. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, who whet their tongue like a sword, and bend their bow to shoot their arrows, even bitter words. And this is what they do, man. Okay? Through their words, man. They shoot at the perfect, man. Okay, I'm gonna keep reading. It say that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. And this is what he talking about, man, with this 5G. Okay, the 4G. Listen, man, they destroying us secretly, man. Okay? This is Psalm 64, verse 4. That they may shoot in secret, and this is what they doing. This is what he talking about. That they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privately. And this is what they doing, man, with all this technology. Okay? This is bio-warfare going on, man. Okay? These GMO foods, chemtrails, contaminated waters. Okay, whether you're drinking the water or bathing in it, man. It's all contaminated. Okay? Verse 5, they encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privately. They say, who shall see them? Okay? But we know Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh shall see them, man. But this is what they do, man. They are laying traps secretly, man. Destroying us, and we don't even realize it. Okay, you can't see it, but it's affecting you. They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search. Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep. Okay, so hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of workers of iniquity, who whet their tongue like a sword. And I'm going to precept on that. And bend their bow to shoot their arrows, even bitter words. So they commune together, man. Like Psalms 36 say, 36 and 4. The word 36 and 3. The words of his mouth are iniquity and deceit. He had left off to be wise and to do good. He devised mischief upon his bed. He settled himself in a way that is not good. He abhorred not evil. Okay? This is what they do, man. Verse 11. Let not the foot of the pride come against me, and let not the hand of the wicked remove me. There are the workers of iniquity fallen. They are cast down and shall not be able to rise. Because Yahweh, that's why verse 7 in Psalm 64, verse 7 said this. But Yahweh shall shoot at them with an arrow. Suddenly shall they be wounded, man. Okay? That's because he's gonna call their devices to come to naught, man. Now, the precept on that I was finna get when they say they encourage themselves in an evil matter, they commune of lying snares privately. They say who see us. Now when you go to Proverbs chapter 19 and Proverbs chapter 20 verse 18. It say every purpose is established by counsel, and with good advance and with good advice make war. So I'm gonna go back to Psalm 64 real quick. It reads Psalm 64 and 2. It say, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked. Okay, that secret counsel, what they do, man. This is Proverbs 20 and 18. It say, every purpose is established by counsel, and with good advice make war. That's what they do with their counsels, man. They make war, okay? They create what they gonna do in their counsels, and they make war, man. And that's what they do, man. The wicked, man. They have a meeting to come up with to figure out how they're gonna take down you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. This is what they do. Now this is Proverbs 15 and verse 22, a precept to Proverbs 20 and 18. Proverbs 15 and 22, it says, without counsel, proposals are disappointed. Without counsel, proposals are disappointed. So without counsel, they don't do nothing, man. It say without counsel, proposals are disappointed. But in the multitude of counselors, they are established. Okay, that's why chapter 20 verse 18 say every purpose is established by counsel, and with good advice make war. Okay, that's why Psalm 64 it say they shoot at us privately, man. Psalm 64 and verse 4, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect, seldom do they shoot at him and fear not. They encourage themselves in an evil matter, they commune of lying snares privately, they say who see us. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, okay, who with their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words. So they're shooting their bitter words, man, through what? Through their counsel, and they create this 4G, 5G, man. These chemtrail, GMO foods, contaminating the water, or the vaccine shots, man. Okay? They are trying to destroy us with bio warfare, man. Okay? But the Lord said He's going to bring all that to naught, man. That's why He said, those that trust in Him, fear none of the things that the wicked will try to accomplish, man. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. And that's the title of this lesson. We are not ignorant of the devices of Satan, man. Esau, even the so-called white man. We know what they're doing, man, because the Lord has opened the minds and the hearts of His elect men to see the truth, man. This is Psalms 33 and 10. And it reads, the Lord bringeth the counsel of the heathen to naught. There go that counsel again, man. Because they always have counsel to create war, man. Whether it's military war or bio war, man. Biochemical war, man. Psalm 33 and 10. The Lord bringeth the counsel of the heathen to naught. He maketh the devices of the people of none effect. So they ain't going to work, man. Okay? It's going to work on the 2/3. That's what it's working on the 2/3. This is Job chapter 5, verse 12. So the only one that's going to happen on, man, is the 2/3 of our people, man, who don't care about Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai anyway. This is Job chapter 5, verse 12. He disappointed the devices of the crafty so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. So He's going to bring that mess to naught, man. Okay, He's going to bring it to naught, man. This is Matthew 24 and verse 24. And it reads, for there shall arise false Christs and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. They can't deceive the very elect, man. Okay? That's why I read this verse right here, man. They cannot deceive the very elect. 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. So the elect would not be deceived, man, because we are not ignorant of his devices, man. Okay? We are not ignorant of Satan's devices, man. Lord's willing, I'm of the elect. But also at the same time, you got to start believing that, man. If you pushing this work and then doing till the end, you shall be of the elect, man. Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh shall say, blessed is he that endure to the end, man. That's what makes you an elect, man. Enduring to the end. So at the same time, we know it's Lord's willing, but at the same time, you got to believe that, man. Who else doing the work of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah? Not these wicked ones in the church. Okay? Not your false pastors. They ain't doing it. So who doing it? Who waking up the nation of Israel? The elect of them. Starting with the great men of Great Millstone. Great men. Okay? The apostles and elders of Great Millstone, man. That's who. So we are not ignorant of Satan's devices. That's why the elect will not be moved, deceived. I tell you in Matthew 24 and 22, for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. That's why I tell you in Revelation 3 and 10, he that endure, man, he will keep you from the hour of temptation. So all these things that's come upon the world, that's in the world, man, the Lord, Psalm 34 and 7. The angel of the Lord encamp around them that fear him, man. Matter of fact, I'm going to read that. I'm going to close with this. This is Psalms 34 and verse 7. And it reads, the angel of the Lord encampeth round about them that fear him and delivereth them, man. Okay? The Lord say, if you trust in Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shah, man, he's going to keep you from all this madness, man. Okay? This Psalm 91. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High. So you got a secret place of the wicked, and you got a secret place of the Most High, man. Psalm 91 and 1. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord Yahweh, he is my refuge and my fortress, my power. In him will I trust. Surely he shall deliver thee from the snare, meaning the trap, okay, of the fowler, and from the noisome pestilence. That's what he's talking about right now in this video, man. All the different pestilence that they use through the 4G, 5G, okay, chemtrail, GMO food, contaminated waters, vaccine shots. All this madness of noisome pestilence, man. He shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shall thy trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. Okay? Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that fly by day, which talking about them ICBM, intercontinental ballistic missiles. Nor for the pestilence that walk in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday. Listen, man, ain't nobody warned about none of that, man. Not the elect. Not the elect, man. Only with thine eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked, because thou hast made the Lord Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shah, which is my refuge, even the Most High, thy habitation. There shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwellings. For he shall give his angels charge over thee, to keep thee in all thy ways, man. Okay? He shall have the angels to keep thee in all thy ways, man. Psalm 34 and 7. Okay? The angels encamp around those that fear the name, that fear Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shah, man. Okay, it tell you in Proverbs 18 and 10, and I must read it. Proverbs 18 and 10. The name of the Lord Yahweh is a strong tower. The righteous run into it and is safe, man. And it say the same thing right here in Proverbs and in Psalm 18, man. And there ain't no coincidence that it's in Psalm 18 and Proverbs 18. This is Psalm 18 and 2. It say the same thing. The Lord Yahweh is my rock and my fortress and my deliverer, my power, my strength, in whom will I trust, my buckler and the horn of my salvation, and my high tower. Okay? Proverbs 18 and 10 say, the Lord's name is a strong tower, man, and the righteous run into it. Say the same things in Psalm 18, man. Okay? So the elect gonna be good, man. That's why you must trust in Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, or you're gonna be destroyed. With that, I want to say all praises to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rekah, Korash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well, who teach well, and a sincere salutation to all the Akim pushing this truth throughout the four winds of the earth, waking up the hopeful elect. Shalom.